Hi, welcome to the first episode of Johnny Talks, a podcast where I talk about things that interest me. Today's topic is body modifications, specifically body modifications in the workplace. Let's jump right in. To start off, I'm going to give you a brief definition of body modification. So, easily put, body modification is the altering of human anatomy or human physical appearance. It can be done for aesthetics or religious reasons, rites of passage, personal reasons, or literally anything. So it can also be like a way of self-expression, body art, shock value, even plastic surgery is body modification. Any way of altering your body is a body modification, but we tend to separate plastic surgery from piercings and removal or splits of certain body parts. Some common examples of body modification include ear piercings, like normal earrings that you see people wear. But then those can be turned into what some people like to call gauges or stretched ears, and you can like see through them. And there's also belly button piercings, facial piercings, tattoos. Those are the most common ones, but there's also like tongue splitting where the tongue is forked in half, and implants where people implant little horns or things like that. And another thing that is considered body modification that not a lot of people realize is cutting your hair. Any type of hair removal is considered a body modification. So whether we realize it or not, we're all taking part in body modification behaviors. Anyways, that's enough talking about what it is. Now we need to talk about the controversies and stereotypes of people with body modification. Usually people consider people with body mods disfigured or mutilated, but that's not true. They're just doing what makes them feel happy and comfortable in their body. And another thing is that they're perceived as dumb or monsters or scary, but that's not really what they are. Some other stereotypes are things like that nose piercing makes you look like a bull, or you ruined your body, and backhanded comments like that. Like, that's pretty rude. Another very common thing is telling them that they're never going to get a job. Piercings and the way you look and tattoos and body modifications have nothing to do with your work ethic. You can look any way you want to, but still do your job the way you're supposed to. That's what matters. As someone with body modifications, I know my opinion is definitely biased, but I think I could easily maintain a job and like a stable career with body modifications, because I've made it so far and I'm about to graduate and I've maintained pretty good grades, and I still have piercings and tattoos and whatever else you would consider a body modification. I cut my hair, I dye my hair, and I have stretched ears, and you name it, I probably know something about it. But that doesn't stop me from doing what I need to do. I can maintain some sort of semblance of a schedule. I can feed myself, I can clothe myself, I can drive where I need to go. That has nothing to do with my body modifications. But if someone sees me, they'll think, oh, he's pretty lazy, or he's pretty gross, he doesn't know what he's doing, or oh, that person hates himself because he changes his hair color and pierces his face. But that's not true. That's just my way of expressing myself. And the way that we can normalize this is by not looking at people's appearances. Like in the workplace, whenever there's a new hire and they're introduced, you usually acknowledge their looks first, and that is your first impression, and you want to base them off of how they look. Like, oh, if this person looks this way, I'm gonna call them smart. But then if they look a different way, you'll perceive them as dumb. That doesn't make sense. Like, looks don't equal brain power or skills. I know there's so much more we could do to normalize people with body modifications in the workplace, but these are the only ideas that come to my head right now. Being more open-minded, not judging solely based off of appearance, getting to know a person before you have a conclusion about them, and overall just being really accepting and open to learning about the way that different people live and express themselves. I think it's really important. I know it was kind of short, but that concludes the first episode of Johnny Talks. Thank you for listening. Be sure to tune in next week for some more content.